Hi, I'm Bob Trupp, physical therapist.
Brad Haney, physical therapist.
And together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course.
Today we're going to talk about the T.E.N.S unit.
Sure.
Just very quickly, 3 things that everybody should know. One, the first thing you should know is how does it work?
Yeah, T.E.N.S. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
T.E.N.S unit.
Transcutaneous electrical neuromuscular stimulation.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
We'll stick to T.E.N.S.
Yeah, we'll stick to T.E.N.S. It's basically a little electrical unit that's going to give off some electrical impulses. And what you do is you actually, can you see this, Nancy? Mm-hmm. Here's the unit here, and it's very simple to use. You just push this on button, and then you can see it came on, back up. Nancy says, get off, back off. And then you actually just push which mode you want. And then this has got one lead hooked up to it right now. You just go up and you keep pushing it until you start feeling it. You're going to feel a little, tingling, right, Brad?
Yeah, pins and needles, other people refer to
Okay, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Back.
Okay, so these electrodes, Brad, can I have a form?
Yes, please.
These electrodes, just pop them on. Let's say he's having forearm pain. You would put the electrodes right over the pain itself. Now you can see this one's already starting not to stick a little bit. Sometimes a little bit of water helps keep them on. But the electrodes do not last forever. You're going to need quite often a new set of electrodes after a while. So we took this on, we push it up. Now what that's doing, let's get away from that now. What's happening when those electrodes, when you have pain, the message of pain is sent up to the brain via the nerves, right?
This is a pretty basic drawing here.
We're not going to get into heavy neuroanatomy here.
Right.
So basically what we do is when it sends little impulses, this sends little impulses that are supposed to try to cut off that nerve pathway. So that message is no longer getting up to the brain. It's also theorized that it might be creating some natural opiates in your brain.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. We'll go to now the second phase of this, the second thing that you should know about the T.E.N.S unit, which is who should use it.
Right.
Okay, the second thing that everyone should know about a T.E.N.S unit is who can use it, who is it for. And first off, Brad, I'd say as physical therapists, generally, this is a treatment of last resort.
Right.
Do you agree?
Right.
We've tried everything else first. We've tried manual therapy, we've tried other modalities, maybe ultrasound or something like that. It's just not working, it's not getting better, it's been chronic pain. And these are, I'd say one set of people that can use it are people who have been using a lot of medication. They're trying to get their medication down.
Right, or they have medication that's working, but there's side effects to their liver, to their stomach, so they cannot use the medication, they need some alternative.
So I would say, let's start going down the list, Brad.
All right.
Arthritis. Arthritic joint, you could put it on there. You're not having surgery yet. Fibromyalgia. Good one. There, I have pain everywhere. No way to control it.
Low back pain. You got chronic low back pain. You just cannot get rid of it. That's probably where I've used it the most.
The same with me, and I've had probably 50% success with it. Brad, you thought maybe a little less.
Yeah, and oftentimes it can work, but you've got the leads, and it has to, the mechanics of using it. The leads get in the way and whatnot.
The leads put in, it does clip onto your belt, so it is. Where is it?
Oh, we lost it.
Anyway, it does clip onto your belt, and it works pretty well. We'll find it in just a minute. The third thing is where we're at. Neck pain would be another one. Same thing, chronic neck pain.
Right.
Bursitis, cancer pain, as long as you're not putting it right over the area that considers to have the tumor. But let's say you're having pain down your arm.
Right.
You could use it for cancer pain. They have used this for labor pain at times. This isn't something we get involved with, but I've heard in the past they've used a lot of neurological symptoms. This is where I think it's great for. I've had some stroke patients who have used this, who have had some of that kind of phantom pain. And also, the studies have shown that this actually works pretty well with neuropathy. The pain in your legs from diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have numbness, obviously you can't use it because what could happen is you could actually get some burning from the pads and not even know it. So
you turn it up too high and not know it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That never happened on normal skin, so you don't have to worry about electrocuting yourself.
By the way, before we go into who should use the T.E.N.S unit, generally the way you're going to do this is you're going to go to get a prescription from your doctor, and you're going to go to your physical therapist, and they're going to give you a unit to take home and try.
Right.
So that's the best way to do it. Now I've seen these, that you can buy these online, but I don't think they're very strong, and some of them are very deceptive. They're actually not T.E.N.S units, they're EMS units, more the muscle stimulator units.
Sure.
And those are totally different things. Now they may help you in a different way, but they're not a T.E.N.S unit.
Right.
All right, Brad, why don't we talk about who's not supposed to use this? All right, if you have a pacemaker or a defibrillator, you're definitely not going to want to put this over that area. I wouldn't even use it at all.
Right. If a patient has that, I just don't even think about it.
All right, Brad, is this a hint?
Yeah.
Don't put it on your eyes.
Oh, and I thought you meant your glasses.
Over your glasses either.
Killing me.
If you're having a headache, you're not supposed to put it on your temples like this.
You bet.
Okay? You're not supposed to put it on the front of your neck on your carotid arteries. There's some little sensors in your carotid arteries that could knock off everything.
Yeah, it throws off your blood pressure,
Right.
in fact.
Don't put it through your chest, in other words, one on the front, one on the back.
Yeah.
Okay?
And they're laughing and funny, but you know, someone might do this kind of thing.
Brad, say ah. Don't put it internally.
Right.
By internally, we also mean
Wherever.
down there, baby.
Cavities.
Okay, don't put it on fragile or broken skin.
Right.
Don't put it on infectious skin. That's more, the worry is that you could put it on here and then you could spread it to something else because the infection would be on here.
Mm-hmm.
Do not put it over a tumor. They have found that this actually could help a tumor grow.
Right. Yeah.
So, what else am I missing, Brad? I would avoid, this is a standard one. Do not put it, can you face this way, Brad? Do not put it directly on the spinal cord itself, so right on the spine. We put them right on the sides of the spine, on the muscles. That's where, if you're having pain, you put it. Do not put it, I would not use it on a pregnant person. No, I just wouldn't do it.
That's off my lap, too.
And I wouldn't do it on somebody with epilepsy either, just, who knows that it might trigger. So that's it, Brad. That's the 3 things you should know. You should know how it works. You should know who to use it for. You should know who shouldn't use it.
Right.
All right.
Once again, you should subscribe to us because, Bob, tell them.
We're going to provide you videos on how to stay healthy and fit well into your 80s and 90s, and you're going to be vibrant.
Vibrant.
I use your word, Brad.
Say no more.